Greetings. In this video, I will be going over another shipping example. So, as you could see, I've clicked on 3 products. So let's go ahead and click on Send Replenish Inventory. Click on Yes, Continue. And then for this example, we will be doing individual products and not case pack products. So we'll be sending random quantities for all these that are not in case packs. Make sure you have the correct ship from address. You can change your ship from address by clicking on this. So if you're going to be shipping from your supplier's address, have your supplier's address. If you'll be shipping from your address, put your address. So make sure you have the correct shipping address. Click Continue to Shipping Plan. Input your unit. So let's just say 17, 13, or 12, 5. Click Continue. And then I always try to do no prep needed. Amazon will tell you if the product does need prepping. And then if it does, I usually just have Amazon prep the product. It's usually pretty cheap. You can also do click on merchant, and then in that case either your supplier will prep the product or you can prep the product yourself. But I always do Amazon if it does need prep. None of these products do need prep, so as you can see, prep cost 0. Go ahead and click on Continue. And then for the labels, you could either do merchant, and in this case you will print out all the labels, and you could either save them and send them to your supplier so they could label all your individual products for you. However, I do not like doing this because suppliers, they either won't do it or they just don't appreciate doing it because they have to put on all the individual units. They have to put on all the labels on all the individual units, and it's a ton of work for them. You don't want to waste your supplier's time, and you want to leave a good impression, make things as simple as possible for them. So if products do need labeling, I always do Amazon because it is only 20 cents per unit, so I do that to save my supplier time. So go ahead and click Continue. And if it does need labeling, you'll just have to go ahead and calculate that in your profits. Like I said, it's only 20 cents per unit, so if that's going to make you lose money, you probably shouldn't be buying the product anyway. So this will be getting sent to 3 different warehouses. As you can see, here are all the Amazon warehouses it's being sent to. So let's go ahead and do the first one. So let's just say this is supplier. You could just put your supplier's name in here. Supplier Taco Box 1. Supplier Taco Box 2. And again, this really doesn't matter. You don't have to change it at all. This is just for your benefit to keep track of some of your shipments. So you can name it whatever you want or not name it anything at all. So right here you can view the shipping contents of each one. So this is where you would tell your supplier what units are going to what location, so they could go ahead and put those products in the boxes. So for this example, you would tell your supplier, hey, I have 1 box that will have 1 unit of the fabric folding, of this Clover fabric folding pen, 3 units of the electronic barking secure dog, 2 units of the Pet Thrive soft chews, and then they will pack all of that into 1 box. And then for this one, you'll say, hey, I have another box going to Tennessee, and this box will have 1 Clover fabric folding pen, 3 electronic barking secure watchdog, 4 Pet Thrive soft chews, and then you'll say the 3rd box will be going to Greenwood, Indianapolis, and this box will have 3 Clover fabric folding pens, 11 electronic barking secure watchdogs, and 6 Pet Thrive soft chews for dogs. So you tell them what units are going in which boxes. So they would pack these into 3 different boxes probably. But yeah, tell them which units are going where so they could go ahead and prepare the products. So let's go ahead and approve and continue. And then you have to go ahead and do these one by one from here. So let's work on the first one, work on shipment. And again, if you want to have all your products sent to one warehouse, you simply click on settings, go to fulfillment by Amazon, and then you can do inventory placement. So inventory placement sends all your products to one warehouse for a small fee, so it will not be broken up like how this example is. So if your suppliers don't want to ship to all these different warehouses, you could tell them that you can send it to one warehouse, and in that case you'll just have to pay the extra fee, so that will be done. And that's actually a major reason suppliers don't like sending to Amazon, just because it ships out random quantities to random warehouses, and it just makes it a ton of extra work for them. So if you want to save them some work and you want to entice them to send to Amazon's warehouse, I suggest you do inventory placement. But we're just going to go ahead and do this as an example. So let's just say we'll be sending out 3 different boxes. Let's try and make this complicated. So always use web form, and this is the 3 different products. So units per box configuration right here shows the shipment quantity. So let's just say this is a box, this is a box, and this is a box. So here's 1 unit. As you can see, there's 1 unit right here. 4 units, there's 4 units right here. 3 units, there's 3 units right here. So number of boxes, 1 each. These will all be their own individual boxes. So if it has an expiration date, make sure you input that. You might have to communicate with your supplier. And then box weight, this is where you have to communicate with your supplier as well. So they will have to tell you how much each box weighs. Let's just say 11 pounds, 4 pounds, 6 pounds. And then your supplier will give you the dimensions as well. I'm just going to be making some up, but communicate with your supplier and get the box weight and dimensions so you can go ahead and get this set up. So let's get this out of the way. So click confirm, click calculate, and this would be $15.53. And let's go ahead and click I agree, accept charges, and you have 24 hours to void charges. So obviously I'm going to go ahead and void charges after this example, but normally you would hit print box labels, and then this is where you could either if you're shipping from your house, you'll just print it. If not, you'll just download it, save it, and send them to your supplier so they can go ahead and print them out and put them on the boxes themselves. But yeah, here is 3 different labels for the 3 different boxes. It tells you basically which label goes on which box, so your supplier or you will be able to figure that out pretty easily. So let's go ahead and click out of that and click complete shipment, and then work on another shipment because we still have 2 other shipments to do. So click on work on shipment again, click on small parcel delivery, of course, click on, okay, let's just say for this example everything will be in 1 box this time. Get your expiration date, box weight. So since this will be in 1 box, we only have 1 weight, so coordinate with your supplier, get that weight from them. Oh yeah, okay, so it can only be 50 pounds or under if it contains multiple units. You can send shipments over 50 pounds, but it has to be literally one unit. So if this Clover fabric folding pen, say it weighed 140 pounds, I could send this one as a SPD shipment, but if there were two in one box, I would not be able to do it. So let's just say this shipment weighed 50 pounds, which is the max you could send to as small parcel delivery with multiple different units and multiple different products. So let's say this weighs 50 pounds, dimensions 12, 5, 20, click confirm, click calculate, and this will be $22.71. So agree, accept charges, print box labels, and then again you will either print the box label if you're shipping from your house, or you will click on download, and then you will send them, you'll email them to your supplier, and they will put them on the box themselves. So go ahead and do that, and then once you finish, click on complete shipment, and then work on another shipment. So we have one more shipment to go. So small parcel delivery, of course. Actually, let's go ahead and say for some reason this shipment weighs over 150 pounds and it will be sent with a pellet. So let's say this will be a pellet shipment for one reason or another. Click on, let's do, okay, we'll do multiple pellets as well just to try and make it confusing as possible. So units per box configuration, let's go ahead and do 11, 6, and 3. Expiration date, pick that. Click on confirm. Yeah, this one does not really matter, so you actually don't need to put on box labels if it is a pellet. You can if you want to, but the only mandatory thing is the actual pellet labels. So you could do this if you want and send the box labels to your supplier, but it's not necessary. You just need your pellet labels to ship your products. So this says place labels so they don't cover box seams, stack boxes on standard GMA pallets. Pellets must not be built over 72 inches. Total weight of the pellet must not exceed 1,500 pounds. Securely stretch wrap each pellet. Stackable pellets may be stacked by the shipment carrier. So let's go ahead and say this is the max height, so 72. Let's say it's 11,000 or 1,100, and then number of pellets. Let's say each one is a different pellet, so click on that. And then you can click on this if they're stackable pellets. We won't be clicking on that. So next, click on freight ready date. That just means whenever it will be ready to be picked up from your supplier. So click on that. Click on freight class, and this is where you can just Google freight class. Amazon usually estimates it for you. So I would just Google freight class, see whatever your pellet weighs, and then Google that. But for this example, let's just say 92. Declared value, how much your products are worth. So let's just say they're worth $5,000. Click calculate, and then it automatically assigns your carrier. So tell your supplier that Central Transport International will be picking up the pallets, and it is 3 pallets, total weight 3,300. This is the estimated pickup date, so tell your supplier that the pallets should be picked up from their place on September 30th. And then here is the estimated shipment cost. So this is where you would hit accept charges, print the pallet labels, and then obviously you just save the pallet labels and then send them to your supplier so they could put the pallet labels on. So that's about it for this video. I know shipping can be confusing when you're first starting out, but once you do it a few times, it becomes pretty simple. You could play around with it. There's not really, you can't mess up shipping too much, and if you do, you can always go back and cancel your shipment within 24 hours and then fix it. So don't worry about shipping too much. You could just add random products and keep doing that until you're comfortable with the shipment plan. So just keep making fake shipments until you're comfortable with the whole process. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you.